What's up, nerds? My name is Steve, and welcome to Flipping the Nerd's Movie of the Week. This week, I'm going to talk about UHF, one of my absolute favorite films from the 1980s. And honestly, it's funny because at the time that I'm doing this, it's actually kind of relevant right now, even it's almost 30 years old, because Weird Al Yankovic actually had a #1 hit album like a couple weeks ago at the time of this recording. So there's no better time to review it. Now, before I do talk about it, I do have to say I am an absolutely huge Weird Al fan. In fact, my first ever concert in my life was a Weird Al concert. In fact, I still have the t-shirt, Alapalooza Tour. It was awesome. Remember when he parodied Jurassic Park? Amazing song, amazing album, amazing concert. This guy goes through so many costume changes in the span of an hour and a half to 2 hours that it's mind-boggling. Just an absolutely great talent. Not only was he my first ever concert, he was also my first ever CD. I bought the Food album when I first got a CD player from my parents. So obviously I'm going to say good things about this movie because UHF is really kind of a movie that encapsulates all of Weird Al's career in music videos. But before I get into the movie itself, a couple words from our sponsors.
Hi, my name's Reagan from The Exorcist, and this is Reagan's Fear and Fit. We're going to show you in this easy video how to do some sit-ups just like I'm doing right there. And I'm going to show you how to spin the head just like that. You want to do it slowly and steadily. All you have to do is send us 187 easy payments of $666.
This Tuesday at 10, America's favorite show, 2.5 Monsters returns right here on Flipping the Nerd. And then, Wednesday at 9, Michael Myers stars in Killer Gigolo. Oh yeah.
Alright, let's talk about UHF. UHF is about a character called George Newman, played by Weird Al Yankovic, who is down in the dumps, has no money, can't keep a job, having trouble with his girlfriend because it seems he just has too much creativity to live in the real world. Lucky for him, his uncle wins a UHF station in a poker game. A UHF station, for those who don't know, is the equivalent to those channels that you see on cable television that usually always plays old replays of MASH, which is awesome, and I Love Lucy, and just really random, weird old shows. So that's a UHF station. So he gives him this UHF station to the character because he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't care. It's just a stupid UHF station. Well, to George, a UHF station is an opportunity to let go of all this creativity that he has. And this is where Weird Al's genius comes in. So instead of doing parodies of music and music videos, he does parodies of television and movies, such as Rambo, Indiana Jones, Conan, that's turned into Conan the Librarian. Gandhi is turned into an action star. It's absolutely hilarious. And then there's also, it has its own weird commercials. My absolute favorite being Plots R Us Mortuary Service. It's this kind of bargain bin mortuary service where they half-ass the burials, so there's heads and limbs sticking out of the plots, and they have a salad bar. It's absolutely crazy. And because they have so much airtime to fill, since his goal is to have all original programming, he hires all these weird people to have their own shows. And it's just, like, they have Raoul's Wild Kingdom, where he takes animals and does the weirdest things with them. Actually, he does things that probably wouldn't fly these days. But it's a parody. It's a TV show. Everyone knows it's wrong. I mean, come on. He can't throw, I think it's turtles outside the window. Oh no, it's turtles he sticks up. He throws in the ceiling to see if they stick. It's badgers. It's crazy. You have to see the movie. There's so many of these parodies in the movie, and they're absolutely hilarious. Now, There is somewhat of a storyline going on because there's this over-the-top villain who owns a network. And when this UHF station starts winning in the ratings, this network, who's supposed to be always on top, sees a big problem and does everything they can to get rid of this UHF station. So there's a lot of hijinks. They have to do a fundraiser to get the money to save the UHF station, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's also a movie that features, I believe, the first appearances of Michael Richards, known as Kramer on Seinfeld, who plays a janitor who gets his own kids show, and it becomes the #1 rated show in the United States. And there's also Fran Drescher, who plays the secretary. And I believe that's her first role, which is really weird, and she looks really young. So, I mean, it's hilarious. There's cameos. It's totally Weird Al. If you've seen a Weird Al video and you like Weird Al videos, you absolutely have to watch this, because this is basically an hour and a half worth of Weird Al videos, except it's with movies and television instead. And especially now that Weird Al is kind of back in the news and popular again, there's no better time than to pick up an old copy of UHF. My only disappointment is they never made a sequel. I think it would be awesome to see a sequel to UHF, or just something along the same lines. I guess stay tuned if you've seen that movie, which I will review at some point, because that's something I'd like to talk about as well. There hasn't been really movies like this where it's just all parodies, and I would love to see a sequel, especially now. So let's make it happen, you know? Let's tweet Weird Al and tell him, I want to see a UHF #2. Tell him Flipping the Nerd sent you. So that's it for this week. You have to watch this movie. It is an absolute gem. I mean, this is nostalgic for the 80s as it gets, because it references all the 80s movies and TV shows. So that's it for this week. I will see you next week right here on Movie of the Week. Okay, so I thought that was the end of the episode, but I just told my wife which day I plan to release this episode, and it happens to be on the week of my birthday. So, weirdly enough, she said, okay, well, I got something for you, and I want you to open it on camera at the end of your review. A little weird, but she's my wife, and I have to obey her. So, this is the gift. It's a little weird. I don't know why she wants me to do this, but hey. So, I'm just going to do it. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's the Max 220 spatula. Oh my god. Oh, I've always wanted spatula! Yes! Oh, that is so amazing. I'm so sorry. I know you're going to be jealous, but I have to show off. Look at it. You know, it's crazy because my birthday is actually 2 weeks before our anniversary, and you know, I don't think, hopefully she doesn't watch this, but I got her something special as well. Look at this one. Isn't it amazing? Well, sorry, I had to do this. See you next week, folks. Spatula! Spatula!